Hello. This is Alicia Costanzo, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be playing my TBR game today, but first, before I get into the actual game, my Bookish Gauntlet game, I am going to recap what I read in May for game purposes to see if I need a punishment. So let's get through my May recap. So my first book was a double prompt randomized library and mystery, and I got Devolution by Max Brooks, and I read it. Book number 2 was a challenge read, which was a sci-fi, and I chose Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, and I read it. Book number 3 was my favorite author recommendation challenge, and I chose How to End a Love Story by Huang, and I read it. And I got a punishment even though I didn't need one, but I chose Intimidating, and I chose The Foxglove King by Hannah Witten, and I read it. So let's now get on to our June TBR game. I'm going to be choosing the easy path, the Path of Whimsy, which is more spaces, more books, but easier prompts to fulfill. And let's get on with the Bookish Gauntlet. Roll number 1. Roll number 1. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Play a game. Let's play Bookopoly. Roll number 1. Ooh, 8. Okay. Foiled cover. Okay, I have ideas. Okay, I'm gonna wait until I'm done with all 6 rolls before I pick my books, and I'll show them to you. I think roll 2, 3, ebook or audiobook, super easy. So what I think I'm going to do is try to fit as many of my TBR books on this game. Just saying. Roll 3, 3. Poll pick. Okay. Roll 4, 7. Ooh, what is 7? Chance. I don't have my chance cards, so I'm going to kind of like randomly pick that one. Sorry. Oh. 5 is 8. 5-star prediction. Okay, that one should be pretty easy too. And my final roll is a 7. Oh no, is it what I think it's gonna be? Big book. Over 500 pages. Okay, well, let's take a look at the books I chose. So roll number 1 was play a game. You saw me play Bookopoly, which I chose one of Becca, I think Becca in the Books, her Bookopoly game from one of the read-alongs that she did a while ago. I think this was 2022 or 2023. Anyways, I chose one of the 5 reads. I actually picked the reads from my previous challenges from the year that I haven't completed. I did a poll, and y'all picked this one from the ones I hadn't read yet. So furthermore, by Tahereh, Mafi is on the list. So this is a middle grade. It is a portal fantasy, which sounds super interesting. It's a lost family member, reluctant allies, identity and belonging, fish out of water, and Alison in Wonderland-esque. That makes me really excited about this book. So I don't really know anything else about it. I needed to read a fantasy middle grade for one of my challenges, I think back in March. So this one's on the list. All right, let's get on to roll number 2. Roll number 2. 5. 1, 2. Hard prompt. Band. It's one of my challenges. So roll number 2 is a banned book, and I am choosing To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. No, I have never read this. Yes, you can judge me. We tried to read it in high school, or in middle school, I think. But I've never been one to read the books that I was assigned in class, so I haven't finished reading it. I remember doing the court scene in class, but other than that, I think loss of innocence, moral development, class and poverty, innocent accused, racism and injustice, fear of the other, and gender expectations. All right, and let's get on to roll number 3. Roll number 3. Series binge. So roll number 4 was a series binge, which means I have to pick 2 or more books. And the first book I'm choosing is Up from the Grave by Jeaniene Frost. I'm pretty sure this is the last in Night Huntress series. However, I do have one more book that I still want to read. That's kind of an offshoot of it. But anyways, last book, I guess. Think Fated Mates, Power Couple, Supernatural Politics, One Last Job, Resurrection, Hidden Powers, and Government Conspiracies. I do love this series. I love Bones. He is pretty fantastic. I also love Cat, but Bones is definitely the fun character of the two of them. He's less serious until he needs to be serious. So, okay. The second book in the series binge is Outtakes from the Grave. So this is a Night Huntress Outtakes anthology. Think short story collection, missing scenes, slice of life, domestic vampires, extra spicy, flirty and funny, and for the fandom, which I definitely am a fan. So, alright, let's get on to roll number 4. Roll number 4. Medium prompt. Award winner. Roll number 4 is an award winner, and I chose Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. I do love Scott Westerfeld. I read his Ugly series. I really, really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping that I enjoy this too. Okay, think meta writer angst, dual timelines, death as a love interest. Ooh, that sounds super cool. First love, sapphic romance, supernatural abilities, and ghosts. Oh, that sounds so cool. I can't wait to read it. I do know also this is set in New York City. It's a budding writer trying to get into the writing world, and that sums up what I know about this. I'm excited. Okay, let's get on to roll number 5. Roll number 5. Oh, big number. A 25 before 2025 jar. Roll number 5 is a 25 before 2025. I did not pick from my jar because I did not have it in New York, but I did choose The Obelisk Gate by an N.K. Jemisin. This is a book 2 in a series. I really, really loved the first book. I liked how she weaved the storylines of these 3 different women together. I won't tell you what happens with that, but I really did enjoy the different timelines and us following them. So, book number 2, Think. Apocalypse, definitely an apocalypse. Reluctant Chosen One. Found family in crisis, definitely in crisis, but at the end of book 2, or at the end of book 1. Mother-daughter bound. Coming into power. Living weapons. And a betrayal, trust issues. I am so excited to see what happens in this. There's a book 3 as well that, if I'm lucky, I will get to this year because I'm trying to finish series I started. So, okay, let's get on to roll number 6. Roll number 6. We get to pick a challenge. Booktuber suggests. Roll number 6 is a Booktuber suggests, and I've seen this book everywhere. I can't tell you specifically who suggested it this time, but here it is. The Atlas 6 by Olivie Blake. I am currently reading one of her other books for the first time, which is also on this list. I'll say my judgment for that, but I'm interested to see what this is all about and why everybody's talking about it. Okay, so think Dark Academia, Deadly Competition, Slow Burn, Secret Society, Morally Grey Cast, Enemies to question marks? Are they lovers? Is something else happening? I don't really know. Things were unclear. Am I right not knowing? And Power Corrupts. I love it when power corrupts. All of these things seems like a good time to me. So, yes, I'm hoping I like it, and I'm definitely going to listen to the audiobook because I will need it. Just in case, let's do our punishment poll. Dark romance. Oh shit. Even though I read everything, I still pulled a punishment and I still want to read this book, so I'm going to put this on the list anyways. Mostly because I have a challenge that makes me read one of this author's books, so I figured now is a good time to do that. Anyways, it is dark romance, and I chose Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I hear a lot of good things about this one too. I'm not really a dark romance person, hence why it's a punishment, but we will see what I think of it when we get there. Alright, think Enemies to Lovers, good start. Alpha male hero. Second chance romance, also like those. Fake relationship, also like that. Forbidden love, emotional trauma healing, and slow burn. I like all of these things. I'm hoping I have a good time. I don't know what is dark about it, so we will see. I've only had a couple dark ones where I've been like, I'm really not in the way this works, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's get on to the other books I have to read for the month for either my challenges or my read along. So the next one I have is my buzzword, which is memory, memory related, and I looked it up, and temporary is kind of memory related. So The Temporary Roomie by Sarah Adams. She's an auto-buy author for me, so I'm excited to read this book. Think fake dating, opposites attract, slow burn, friends to lovers, roommate romance, past heartbreak, and an unplanned pregnancy. It also looks like there's some medical stuff going on there. I have another challenge where I need to read something set in a medical setting, so here's hoping it fits that as well. Okay, my next one is No Biz Like Showbiz, which you would have seen this on a previous TBR, and I didn't read it for another challenge, but it's not the same challenge, so I get to count it twice, and that will be a good thing. That'll be a good thing. Christina Lawrence, Dating You, Hating You. I heard this one isn't as good as her other ones, but I'm still willing to give it a try. So, think enemies to lovers, fake relationship, work romance, second chance feelings, forced proximity, misogyny in Hollywood, and opposites attract. I know this is not the same list I had the last time I did this, but I find different things each time, so we're switching it up. Okay. My next challenge read is actually a whimsical graphic novel, and I chose Otaku Vampire's Love Bite by Julietta Suzuki. Just a side note, had a student one time write about being an otaku, and I learned all about it, and it's really interesting. He was one of my best students. Oh my goodness, whenever he read in class, nobody would read after him. It was so funny. Anyways, I have a few other graphic novels I probably could have picked for this. However, they're also really gruesome, so I didn't know how whimsical they really would have been. So think supernatural romance. Otaku culture, of course. Forbidden love, fish out of water, slow burn, tension, protective hero, coming of age, and a moody drama. Alright, and then finally my read-along book, which I've already started, where it's a 5-week read-along this time because it's almost a 500-page book and I'm struggling. But anyways, my read-along is Gifted and Talented by Olivie Blake. And the reason I'm struggling is because I don't have an audiobook for this, and her sentences tend to be really, really long and convoluted, and I think an audiobook would super help with me. And it's okay that her writing is dense. It just means I have to slow down, which means I can't read as much as fast, which means I need more time, and doing that amongst all my other things during the week, it has made me struggle. I traveled also this week, so like trying to read that the day before I had to write something up on it was probably not the smartest move. But anyways, think dark academia, family feud, inheritance drama, dark secrets, moral ambiguity, supernatural powers, complicated relationships. Oh my god, are there some complicated relationships in this? Whew. And a psychological manipulation. Also, a lot of this going on, and I feel like I could use a psych degree to decipher these characters. They're so complex, which is a good thing. I'm hoping it pays off. The last thing I want to hit on are my current holds. As you can see, I have The Darkest Hour by Maya Banks, Fall of Ruin and Wrath by Jennifer L. Emerchild. Those are both 25 for 2025 reads. And then Death at a Highland Wedding by Kelly Armstrong is the next in a series, which is one of my anticipated reads for 2025. And I'm very, very excited about that one too. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Let me know what you are reading for June, what you read in May, if you think I'll like any of these books. If you have a suggestion for next month that I should think about, let me know in the comments below. And if you made it this far, put some wings in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.